The Avengers Doomsday leaks are getting out of hand, almost to the point that you have to wonder, is Marvel doing this on purpose? And if so, why? Why? Hey everybody, Colton here, and a few days ago we got some alleged leaks from Avengers Doomsday that look awesome, and now we have some still frames of those exact same shots in much higher quality, plus we got a new dope shot of Doctor Doom. So let's talk a little more about these shots, what's happening in this scene, when it takes place in the movie, why this specific team up has happened, and then of course how and why these leaks are, well, leaking. And guys, I want to be clear, this scene, it is a scene from the movie. Whether or not this footage that we are seeing winds up being like real actually from the film or an AI creation based on leaks, that's irrelevant to the fact that this scene, this group of characters and what they are doing in this scene, this is straight from the movie. And honestly, to me, and from what I'm hearing, it's looking like these are like actual leaks of real footage from the film. And I've even heard some people mention that with the HD, like the cleaner versions, it looks like some of the characters aren't actually there. Guys, that's because, as we know, the actors are not all on set when they shoot these scenes, like just because of scheduling. So we are seeing a situation where they are compositing these different characters into the same scene together because they weren't actually there on set on the same day for a lot of them. And so the fact that some of the characters look composited here, I think lends even more credence to the idea that these are real and are coming from a source that has incomplete visual effects on compositing these characters and making, doing the rotoscoping, which I think that's the right word, with the camera movements and all that, and making sure that it all lines up and looks like all of them are there in the same shot when that's not actually how it was filmed. So anyway, the scene features an awesome team up. We have Steve Rogers with Mjolnir. We've got Thor, Mr. Fantastic, Sam's Captain America, Yelena Belova, and Shang-Chi fighting alongside Mystique, Cyclops, Gambit, Nightcrawler, and Beast as they take on Doctor Doom, who has just betrayed our heroes and is now sicking on them, these giant sentinels being controlled by magic. And this is all as Doom is making his way to either the TVA or back to his home universe, Universe 828, Latveria specifically, all to enact his ultimate plan, which is not to save the multiverse, but to let it crumble and be rebuilt from the ashes. Doom has a plan to take the shards of reality that are left over from the multiversal collapse and form them into what is known in the comics as Battleworld, a conglomeration of different worlds formed into one, which is essentially what the Void is. And I think with all the legwork that they have done to establish the Void in Loki and in Deadpool and Wolverine, the Void is likely where Secret Wars will take place. The Void will very likely be Battleworld. So from other leaks for this movie, we know that when the Fantastic Four rocket enters the MCU, already on board are Steve Rogers, Thor, Doctor Doom, Reed Richards, and Ben Grimm. And when they get to the MCU, at some point in Doomsday, we will see Yelena, Sam, and Shang-Chi join them and make their way to the X-Men universe, and that will likely kick off the second act of the film, very similar to how Avengers Endgame's second act begins with the Avengers breaking into groups for the time heist to save the universe, and now we're seeing this happen again, but on a multiversal scale. Now, I actually have a video in the works right now that I'm pondering that should be coming out in a few days where I talk about where all the other heroes are in this scene, because we're not seeing everyone, of course, who is confirmed to be in the movie, but I am really liking who we are seeing they have chosen to put together for the movie. I am really digging that they put Sam and Yelena on a team together, where they are getting to see up close and personal how two leader characters, Thor and Steve Rogers, work together and aren't bickering over who's in charge of the Avengers.
There shall be no knifing one another. Everybody knows who's in charge.
And as I told you off the top, this pairing, this team up, it is an actual team up that we will see happen in the movie, and I think it's going to be a great setup for the future of the Avengers with Sam and Yelena, the heir apparents of Natasha Romanoff and Steve Rogers, and them leading this new team of Avengers in the post-Secret Wars era. So I don't want to get too deep into that. Right now we're talking about, is it real? And really the fact that yes, it is real, and why the hell is it getting out there? And AI, it's getting pretty good, and it's really easy to make an image like this, right? And I've seen some suggesting that the fact that I am even able to show you this image means that it is a fake. But guys, I'm fairly certain it's real, and I also think I know why Marvel isn't pulling the images down or taking this video down. It is looking like Marvel is leaking this shit on purpose. Why? Well, because they realize that this is the best marketing for the film that they could possibly do if their goal is to make it feel like it did back when Infinity War and Endgame came out. They are trying to recapture that lightning in a bottle, and one of the biggest things that really got hardcore fans hyped up back during those lead-ups to those movies, trust me, I would know, I was there, I remember it, it was the leaks. I remember covering the leaks like almost on a daily. My breakout video on this channel was me covering the leaked Avengers Infinity War trailer and asking the question of what is Peter Parker saying he's sorry about? Marvel, I think, for Doomsday, they are trying to recapture that and kind of artificially recreate it. And surprisingly, it seems to be working. Really, what they have done with the Doomsday marketing thus far, not even including the leak aspect to it, they're really trying to reinvent the wheel on the marketing for this movie. It's been a really weird marketing campaign up to this point. We had Chair Watch, and then we had what my friend Alex calls the Russo's tone poems. We got the exclusive to theaters week by week character teasers. They showed a trailer at CinemaCon, and I didn't get to go because my wife was having a baby, so I had to be there. And, now here we are, 6 months out from the movie, and they've yet to release an actual trailer, a poster even, beyond this one with just, the green A. It's looking like Marvel has discovered something that I've actually been saying for a while, and that is that marketing a movie with trailers and posters and all of that more than 3 months before your movie comes out, it's kind of a waste of your marketing budget because, yeah, it gets people excited and talking for a little bit, but then they forget about it a few days later and they move on, and you have to start all over again the month before the film comes out. So I think that Marvel understands that the most effective and simultaneously budget-friendly way to market this film is to keep it officially shrouded in mystery while leaking pictures like this one and letting them make the rounds on social media, get talked about for days and weeks at a time. And then when they finally do put out an official trailer, we all do it all over again. We talk about it all over again. So it really is to their advantage. They're getting the rounds, the free word of mouth, talking about these leaks. I think this marketing strategy of leaking, a blurry, pixelated, unfinished shot from the movie online, giving audiences this rush of, oh, I'm not supposed to be seeing this. It causes audience to actually look at that image and think about the movie longer than they would have if you had just released a trailer. There is time for trailers and TV spots, and that time will come, but I think they need to save it for hell, maybe October to really start pushing the official marketing. We'll probably get a trailer at Comic-Con, and I'm very excited to see that. But after that, it might be radio silence again for a while. Officially, that is. I think the leaks will continue, and people will keep talking about this movie on a daily basis because not only are they interested in the movie, they're interested in being in the know and seeing the things that they feel like they're not supposed to see. Seeing a leaked, blurry picture of the Avengers and the X-Men fighting Doctor Doom-controlled Sentinels, it's just as, or perhaps even more exciting to see it in this pixelated format than it is had Marvel just released an official, polished promotional photo of the same thing. So while I've been pretty critical of Marvel's weird marketing approach with this movie, I have to say it might actually be brilliant. And this saga, after all, the multiverse saga, it has been all about recapturing nostalgia for Marvel, and that's what Doomsday and Secret Wars are as well. Not only are they looking to bring back legacy characters, but they're also looking to bring back that feeling you get when you see a leaked fuzzy image of something that you aren't supposed to see, and that Marvel traditionally, in the past, they would have removed it. They would have taken it down immediately and been pissed that it even got out there. But now they seem to kind of be embracing it and doing it themselves. And I think it's a smart move, assuming that they really are, doing the leaking, or maybe Feige's actually pissed and he's looking for somebody to snipe. I don't know. But in all seriousness, it is looking like they may, and very, in fact, likely are leaking these things on purpose. And with Spider-Man Brand New Day, we are seeing a lot of leaks as well, even more than with Doomsday, like full-blown HD leaks with this big goofy red X on them. And it kind of makes you wonder, are these getting leaked on purpose too? Because the leaks themselves are really good leaks, and they're being released in an order that is quite beneficial to keeping the conversation going. First, there's just like a plot leak, then you get a blurry image or video leak, then you get the HD version of that leak, and then you get the official version of whatever it was, whether it be an image or a trailer. And that is keeping the movie itself in the conversation much longer than it would have been otherwise. So like I said, I am very excited about this shot. And I've seen some people like bitching online, oh, we're getting the Avengers and the X-Men on screen together for the first time, and it's Yelena and Shang-Chi with Mystique and Gambit and Nightcrawler. Oh, I guess they're wanting, Wolverine and Spider-Man and Iron Man. Well, Iron Man's dead, but he technically is Doctor Doom now. Anyway, I don't understand the bitching. People just like to whine. I think it's awesome. I think it is fucking awesome. And I'll tell you, one of the things that got me the most excited, yes, seeing Cyclops, James Marsden Cyclops, standing there alongside Steve Rogers and Thor. Yes, thank you. But also seeing Sam there as Captain America with his shield alongside Steve Rogers there with Mjolnir and Mr. Fantastic in the back. I'm getting chills just thinking about it. So look, I am unapologetically stoked for this movie. And a lot of people, kind of made fun of me for it, thinking, oh, Doomsday, it's going to be shit because Marvel's been kind of shit lately. Look, I've said from the jump, I think they really understood the assignment with this one. And I've been hyping this movie up for a long time, and I'm just as excited as I've ever been. And I'm glad that others seem to be getting as excited as you and me are. So yeah, I have some fun videos planned talking about these leaked images some more, and like why Steve is surprised that Doom has betrayed him and where the other Avengers and Fantastic Four members are. So do stay tuned for those. And now, before we go, I do want to share a brief word from the sponsor of this video, where we will discuss the likelihood of the Hulk, who will have a big role to play in Spider-Man Brand New Day, but what's the likelihood of him showing up in Avengers Doomsday? The Kalshi prediction market currently has Hulk at a 62% chance of appearing in Doomsday. I don't think it's a coincidence that he is in a movie, Spider-Man Brand New Day, alongside two other actors, Tom Holland and Sadie Sink, who also have not been confirmed for Doomsday. I think that this Spider-Man movie, Brand New Day, could end with us fully understanding why these three characters, Hulk especially, won't be showing up in Doomsday. Let's say I put $100 on no, Hulk won't be in Avengers Doomsday. If I place that trade right now, I could almost double my money. Now guys, remember, this is supposed to be fun. We are talking about Hulk and the Avengers after all, so please do trade responsibly and only use what I call your fun money. Money that you have responsibly budgeted and set aside for entertainment purposes only. So if you want to have a little fun and put some money on your Avengers Doomsday prediction, check out my link in the description below, or use code Colton, C-O-L-T-O-N, to check out their Avengers Hulk market for yourself. And by using my link or code Colton, you get $10 when you trade $10. Again, my link in the description below, or use code Colton. All right, well, thanks so much for watching this video. We have got some more coming soon. I've been Colton Ogburn, and I will see you guys next time.